Well, are you ready to learn how to clone? We always use cloning a lot of times to take items out, add items in, or whatever. And the question was, how do you do that? Well, this is a picture I picked out of my collection, done over in Bay City. And down here is the picture, and it shows it up here where we're going to work. Over here, because this is called the background, over here it is our background. What we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to make a layer. So you left click on this background and you drag it down to right here where it says create a new layer and let go. And sometimes it doesn't do it the first time. There we go. So there is our copy of our background. We're going to be working only with this, so we do not need at all to see our original, which is locked. So this is a little eye, and you click on the eye. Now all we see is this. And today I'm going to try to take some of these purple flowers, or weeds as some people call them, but these purple flowers, and I'm going to fill in this area right here. And then I'm going to take one of these little cranes here, the only crane. He's by himself, he's lonely, and he probably wants a buddy or two, so we're going to put some of the cranes out this way. So to make a clone of these flowers, you jump over to the left side, and here is a stamp. It says Clone Stamp Tool. If you click on that, you'll see, or hold down on your left click on it, you'll see you have two options. You have your clone stamp and then you have pattern stamp tool. We're only concerned with the top one here. And you can tell that that's what I'm going to use because of the little white box next to it. So that's the one we're going to use. And normally in the programs we're used to is you'd say, okay, I want to take this over here. So I'm going to click here, and that's where my little X is, and that's what I'm going to copy over here. Well, let's see what happens. So I left click on my spot. I get a warning. It says could not use clone stamp because the layer to clone has been moved or deleted. Deleted. Alt click to define a source point on the active layer. This is our active layer. Okay, so alt click, right? So we hit the OK. We're going to go back and put our cursor right here where we want. Hold down the alt key and left click. You see the nice little white with the crosshair? That is our beginning spot. That's where we're going to start to copy. All right? We come over here and I want to copy it over here. And as I left click, you will notice to the right, up a little bit, a little white crosshair. That's to tell me where I am at that point during the cloning. And we can just kind of go back and forth, and it's kind of like painting. And make sure that your white circle goes up above and your white X goes up above these little purple flowers, because you can stay below, but that way you get the tips. All right. And if you want to change a little bit, you want to click, you hold down the alt key, and we'll click right there, and we're going to come over this way, and I'm going to put a little bit of change in over here. And so we got this part filled. Well, let's take this little crane here and make a friend of his over here to the side. So you put the circle just to the one side, and the other whichever is comfortable for you to work with. You push down your alt key, left click, and your X should be there. And let's say you want to put his little buddy right over here. You can see the X, and you just kind of go over watching the X, going over and over and over the little crane. That way, you get every bit of him that you can. Okay? Now we got one of the little buddies out here in the water with him. And let's just say, just for the heck of it, you'd like to put another floating log out here a little bit. And you do the same thing. You put your cursor right about there. Hold down the Alt, left click, come over here, and now you take that X in the center of the X and you go over that spot. And now you've got two. Now, to get out of that mode of the cloning, you go back over here in the upper left hand and you can hit this. And now you're just back to your regular cursors. And if you want to see what it was, that's what it was. And that's what we made. Okay? And for some reason, you got to look into it, but this little guy, when we cloned him, is not as clear as this one. So if I put him up here, he'd be the same way. So I'll look into that. And the log is apparently the same way. So that's it on simple way of cloning. And I will try to come up with something else and make a little video of that so you can learn how to do it. If you want to save this, you're happy with it, you come up to your file up here on your tab and you click that, go to save as, and you can save it as anything you like 2 cranes in Bay City, because this was done in Bay City, and whatever you'd like, and put it in a folder and save it. So that's it, and I hope you enjoyed, and you never know what the next one will be on. It'll be a surprise.